You see, we have this funny little habit: when someone disrespects us, we burn with the need to react, to correct, to argue, to defend, as if words could glue back together a broken vase. But let's take a moment to, when someone disrespects you, your first instinct might be to take it personally, to feel as though their words or actions are a reflection of your worth. But pause for a moment and look deeper. Disrespect, at its core, is never truly about the person on the receiving end. It is always about the one who gives it. A person speaks from the world they live in, from the landscape of their mind, from the burdens they carry. When someone lashes out, it is not a statement of truth, but a glimpse into their own suffering, their own unresolved conflicts. They project onto others what they cannot face within themselves. The bitterness, the arrogance, the need to belittle it, all stems from something unhealed inside them. Imagine a man walking down the street and a dog snarls at him from behind a fence. He could stop, get angry, yell at the dog, demand an explanation, or he could simply keep walking, understanding that the barking has nothing to do with him. The dog barks because it is in its nature, because of its own experiences, its own fears. To engage with it would be pointless. Now replace the barking dog with a person who disrespects you. What changes? Nothing at all. They speak from their conditioning, from their pain, from the lens through which they see the world. And if you absorb their words, if you let them in, you make their suffering your own. You carry a burden that was never yours to bear. But the mind is tricky. It tells us that if we do not react, we are weak, that if we do not defend ourselves, we are allowing others to walk over us. Yet, the strongest people are not those who argue the loudest or retaliate the fastest. The strongest are those who see clearly, who recognize that not every battle is theirs to fight, that not every word deserves a response. To understand this is to be free, free from the need to explain yourself to those who have already made up their minds, free from the exhausting cycle of proving your worth to people who do not even see you, free from the illusion that their perception of you is a reflection of who you truly are. Because in the end, disrespect is not a measure of your value. It is a mirror reflecting the inner world of the one who delivers it. And once you see this clearly, you will no longer feel the need to react. Instead, you will observe, you will understand. And most importantly, you will keep walking. Silence is often misunderstood. People mistake it for submission, for a lack of strength, as if to be silent in the face of disrespect is to accept it. But this is not true. Silence is not weakness. It is mastery. It is the art of restraint, the mark of someone who has nothing to prove. Weakness is reacting to every insult, every slight, every provocation. It is being easily swayed, easily angered, easily controlled. A person who cannot remain silent is a person who is at the mercy of others, dancing to the tune of those who seek to provoke them. They may think they are standing up for themselves, but in reality, they are simply being pulled into a game they did not choose to play. Strength, on the other hand, is the ability to choose where you place your energy. It is the understanding that not every battle is worth fighting, that not every word deserves a response. True power is not found in loudness, in the desperate need to be heard, but in the quiet confidence of one who knows their worth. Consider a great mountain standing tall as the wind howls around it. The wind rages, the storms come and go, but the mountain does not move. It does not tremble, does not respond, does not shrink before the fury of the world. It remains steady, unshaken. This is the nature of true strength. When someone disrespects you, they expect a reaction. They want to see you flinch, to see their words have power over you. They want to pull you into their chaos, to make you dance to their tune. But when you stay silent, you deny them that satisfaction. You show them that their words are powerless, that their attempts to provoke you are in vain. In that silence, they are left with nothing but their own noise, forced to sit with the emptiness of their own bitterness. Silence is not surrender, it is strategy. It is understanding that your peace is more valuable than momentary validation. It is knowing that dignity is not found in shouting, but in composure. It is recognizing that some things do not deserve your time, your breath, or your presence. There is a certain wisdom in silence. It allows space for clarity, for reflection, for control over one's emotions. When you do not react immediately, you create distance between yourself and the heat of the moment. In that space, you can decide consciously, intentionally, what is worth responding to and what is best left ignored. And often, when you say nothing, the message is louder than any words you could speak. Because silence, when chosen deliberately, is not an absent sight is a statement. A statement that says, I do not lower myself to this level. I do not give my energy to the unworthy. I do not need to defend what is already known within me. There is nothing weak about that. In fact, there is nothing stronger. When a person disrespects you, they believe they are making a statement about you, your worth, your intelligence, your capabilities. But in truth, they are revealing far more about themselves than they ever could about you. Disrespect is never an honest assessment of another person. It is a reflection of the one who gives it. A person who carries wisdom, who understands the depth of human nature, does not feel the need to belittle others. They do not resort to insults, to arrogance, to condescension. They know that respect is not something to be withheld or weaponized. It is the natural stance of someone who is secure within themselves. Those who are truly strong have nothing to prove, and because of that, they do not seek to diminish others. But those who disrespect, those who belittle, those who speak with cruelty, they do so from their own inner conflicts. A person who mocks is often one who feels small inside. A person who lashes out is often carrying wounds they do not know how to heal. And a person who needs to put others down is desperately trying to raise themselves up. You must learn to see beyond the surface of their words, beyond the sting of the insult, beyond the impulse to react. Look at the one who disrespects you and ask yourself what is truly being shown here. Is this person at peace? Are they speaking from a place of understanding, or are they simply revealing their own pain, their own insecurity, their own lack of self-awareness? When someone disrespects you, they expect you to be consumed by it. They want you to focus on what was said, to let it live in your mind, to believe it is about you. But once you recognize that their words are a confession of their own inner state, you no longer take them personally. You see them for what they are, echoes of their own struggles, their own fears, their own dissatisfaction with life. A person at peace does not throw stones. A person who is fulfilled does not seek to tear others down. A person who understands themselves does not need to control how others feel. Disrespect is the language of the unsettled, the frustrated, the ones who have not yet mastered themselves. And when you realize this, you will stop feeling the need to react. Their words may reach your ears, but they will not enter your soul. Their disrespect may touch your presence, but it will not shake your foundation. Because once you see clearly, you will understand their disrespect was never about you. It was always about them. When someone disrespects you, they believe they are making a statement about you, your flaws, your shortcomings, your supposed inferiority. But in truth, they are revealing far more about themselves than they ever could about you. Disrespect is not a reflection of the one who receives it. It is a window into the mind and heart of the one who delivers it. A person who is secure in themselves, who is wise and at peace, has no need to put others down. They do not waste their energy on mockery, arrogance, or condescension. They do not see respect as something to be given selectively, only to those they deem worthy. Instead, they understand that respect is a reflection of their own character, not the worthings. When someone disrespects you, the natural instinct is to react, to defend, to retaliate. But once you see what is truly happening, you begin to understand that no response is necessary. Their words do not define you, they expose them. Their attitude does not lower your worth. It highlights their own lack of understanding. Their disrespect is not about you at all. It is a broadcast of their own struggles, their own fears, their own unresolved wounds. And that is why silence is often the best response. Not because you are weak, not because you cannot defend yourself, but because you recognize that their words are not worthy of your energy. You see the truth behind them, and once you see clearly, you no longer need to take offense because you understand what they have said about you has nothing to do with you. It is only a reflection of what is inside them. Your energy is one of the most valuable things you have. It is the essence of your time, your focus, your emotions, and your peace. Where you direct it shapes your life, determines your experiences, and influences the way you feel every single day. Yet so often people give away their energy carelessly engaging in arguments that do not serve them, reacting to negativity that does not deserve their attention, and allowing themselves to be drained by people who have nothing to offer but conflict and chaos. Not everything in life requires a response. Not every insult demands an answer. Not every situation is worth your involvement. When you react to every slight, every moment of disrespect, every provocation, you are letting others control your energy. You are allowing their words, their emotions, their projections to dictate your state of mind. But why should someone else, especially one who does not value you, have that much power over you? Imagine waking up each day with a limited amount of energy, like money in a bank account. Every time you spend it on something unworthy, arguing with someone who does not want to understand, dwelling on the negativity of others, or seeking validation from those who will never give it, you are making a withdrawal. And before you realize it, you are left empty, exhausted, depleted. But when you choose where to invest your energy wisely, when you give it only to what nourishes you, strengthens you, and brings you peace, you find that you have more than enough to live fully. Some people thrive on taking energy from others. They bait you into arguments, stir up conflict, and test your patience not, because they seek resolution, but because they crave attention, even if it comes from negativity. These are the people who cannot generate their own peace, so they survive by disturbing yours. But you do not have to play their game. You do not have to give them the reaction they seek. When you remain quiet, when you refuse to let their negativity pull you in, they are left with nothing. Strength is not found in how much you fight back, but in how well you protect your peace. It is in knowing what deserves your time and what does not. It is in recognizing that your energy is sacred, and not everyone is entitled to it. You must learn to guard it the way you would guard anything of great value, because that is exactly what it is. Some battles are worth fighting, but many are not. Some people are worth your time, but many are not. And once you understand this, you begin to move differently. You stop wasting words on those who do not listen. You stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You stop seeking approval from those who will never see your worth. Instead, you redirect your energy toward what truly matters toward your growth, your happiness, your peace. You learn that silence is not weakness, that walking away is not surrender, and that protecting your energy is one of the most powerful acts of self-respect. Because at the end of the day, your energy is yours, and where you place it determines the quality of your life. In the end, the way you respond to disrespect is not about proving anything to others, it is about preserving yourself. When you recognize that disrespect is never truly about you, that silence is a form of strength, that the way people treat you reveals more about them than it ever does about you, and that your energy is far too precious to waste, you begin to move differently. You stop reacting to everything that seeks to pull you down, and instead you rise above it. There is a quiet power in choosing peace over conflict, in walking away instead of engaging, in knowing your worth so deeply that you no longer feel the need to defend it. Not every battle is yours to fight, not every insult is worth your breath, and not every person deserves your energy. True strength is found in restraint, in wisdom, and in the ability to remain unmoved by the storms of others. The river does not stop to argue with the stones in its path. It simply flows forward, and so must you.